when you are going through a challenging time, be on the lookout, because we will always have ideas. There will always be hope. And it's just, what do you do with that idea? Or what do you do with yourself? Do you let yourself continue to go down the path of not feeling good? Or do you pick yourself up by putting on a blazer or by reaching out and helping someone? So you really are a transformer when it comes to just women's empowerment, Tali. I hope you know that.
Thank you.
Hello and welcome back to A Sharper Life. I'm your host, Nikki Sharp, a two-time best-selling author, wellness expert, and transformation coach. And I just wanted to say, if you are new to the show and this is the very first episode that you're listening to, I appreciate you for being here. And for those of you who are already following, I have to give a massive shout out to each and every one of you. So each week I see you turning up for A Sharper Life, and I am so grateful because whenever I sit down to record these episodes, I look through the reviews and the comments that you share with me on Instagram, and I just think, wow, I am so fortunate and honestly grateful that I have this community. And today I wanted to highlight a review that really speaks to the power of this show. And this is from HN Sills. And HN Sills says, I've been following Nikki on Instagram for nearly a decade and have loved watching her brand grow and evolve as she does. I'm so excited that she now includes this podcast. Nikki is at once incredibly insightful, wonderfully relatable, and exceptionally elegant in her delivery, making her podcast stand out from all the others. I'm thankful she decided to share her life experiences and advice with us. And I just wanted to say thank you for that beautiful review. So if you are listening on Spotify, click the follow button so you don't miss an episode and tap the 5 stars button. And if you are on iTunes podcast, scroll down to where it goes past the episodes and it says write a review. And if you message me on Instagram with your review, I will do my best to share it along with gratitude in an upcoming episode. Now, today I have the incredible Tali Kogan, who is a renowned women's leadership stylist and coach. She's recognized for her expertise in empowering women through their personal style, and with a passion for helping women harness their unique strengths and embrace their authentic selves. Tali has built a thriving career in the fashion and coaching industry. And throughout the episode, you are going to find out why. Because Tali is one of the most passionate, intuitive women when it comes to helping you dress for success. And in today's episode, which we just recorded, we're talking in depth about the power of clothes and how the clothing that you wear can increase your dopamine. And as it increases your dopamine, you are more likely to then achieve your goals and get rewarded by that pleasure center. Really fascinating studies behind this. We're talking about how to put on clothes for that future version and Tali's tips when it comes to having confidence in the clothes that you wear. She is also talking about tips and things that you can and should try, as well as her 4 types for those of you who want to upgrade your style. She breaks it down into her 4 queens, and you'll learn more about this to find out which one you are and the specifics on how to dress for this. So rather than just going shopping and buying things, you're going to learn what it takes to spend less money, have more impact, and how to dress for success while looking and feeling your best. So please welcome Tali on A Sharper Life. Tali, you are the epitome of living your dream life and working in a career that clearly inspires you on a daily basis. And it's incredibly inspirational because you were not always living this way. I'd love to hear about your personal transformation.
Well, thank you, Nikki. Thank you so much for having me on your podcast. I'm so excited. And this is one of my favorite topics to talk about, because I went through this transformation, and the way I got into it, I dressed for it. I always talk about it. I took something that was very painful in my life, and I turned it into something that I couldn't even dream of. And the process started from within, from taking care of myself, from investing in myself, And it got in, and it started with, putting that outfit on that started attracting the opportunity, and attracted eventually my husband as well.
Beautiful. And so in your kind of what we could say your past life, we all have had many lifetimes of experiences. So you were in a relationship that was not as healthy. And from there, you were not doing, your dream job in personal styling. So I would assume that it's safe to assume, I guess, and correct me if I'm wrong, that during that time in your life that was a bit more turbulent, and feel free to go into it if you want, but during that more turbulent time, my guess is you were not dressing for success, and that changing your clothes actually helped you to change your life and the direction. Is that true?
Absolutely. I was in a very, very dark place at that time of my life. I found myself in a very abusive marriage in a new country with no English, no friends, and no money. So I had nothing to hold on. I was overeating. I was dressing dark clothing, and my life looked that way until I took a control over it, and I started doing what I can. And this is when the transformation started. This is when I started stepping out of my comfort zone, started taking care of myself, going to the gym, wearing brighter colors. And this is where the change started really shifting and happening to me.
Beautiful. And what I would actually like to go into, I'm curious about that shift and that change. Have you heard of dopamine dressing on Instagram?
No, I didn't. Tell me more.
So dopamine dressing, I love this. Currently, there's over 200,000 tags to it, and it's a term that describes the practice of using clothing as a tool to boost our mood and improve our cognitive abilities. And it's based on the idea that certain colors and textures and styles of clothing activates the release of dopamine in the brain. And that's the chemical associated with feeling of pleasure and motivation. And I bring this up just because you were saying you started dressing in brighter colors and kind of dressing for success. And so I wanted to just quickly share two really incredible studies. So there was a study that was published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology that found that the color red can increase feelings of excitement and energy, which leads to an increase in dopamine levels in the brain. And another study found that blue can have a calming effect, which decreases feelings of anxiety and stress. And so I'm just curious, what are your thoughts on these studies? And have you seen, dopamine dressing to be true with yourself and your clients?
Absolutely. I'm definitely a perfect example for that. And I feel like I figured it out. And this is definitely what I'm all about, because let me even start with like today. I had such a stressful morning. I got into a mini car accident, which was not fun. I dropped my kids super, super late to camp and like practice. You can imagine how stressful was that. And to turn that around, even though I already was in my workout clothing, and my workout clothing I start with my workout clothing. I bring the color and my mood into clothing, which were blue this morning, but really bright and fun. And right after that stressful situation, I was very tempted to cancel the workout because I already had a very, very busy day. But no, I showed up. I'm like, I would rather work out 20 minutes, but I have to start my day with me time. At the gym, I started getting compliments about my outfits that already started filling me with so much energy and joy. And then I came home and I started getting ready for the interview. So of course, I'm putting the pinkest and the brightest and my favorite blazer on with a big rhinestone butterfly in the middle that symbolized transformation. I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I'm like, I got this. When you look at yourself in the mirror and you love what you see, you can really accomplish anything. That's an instant energy boost, a serum boost, and it's like one of my favorite quotes they're always saying, you can attract anything in life if you dress for it. And there is an outfit for every occasion.
I love it. I really, really love what you're saying. And it is so true. Like during the pandemic, so many women overnight started wearing sweatpants and baggy t-shirts. And lo and behold, we gained weight, we started feeling depressed. And so something that I've really been working on and we'll go into because we work together is since moving to Miami, I've started wearing brighter clothes, whereas I was always wearing darks and blacks and whites. And while I still love those because they're kind of chic and timeless, I found that dressing with color, and you also helped me do this, it expanded my world of what I felt confident in. And I think what I'm hearing you say is that if we dress for what we're trying to feel, so you might not feel confident in the moment, but if you put on some clothing that will make you feel confident afterwards, it doesn't matter how your body looks right now. It doesn't matter how you feel. It's dress for where you're trying to go, not where you are. Is that correct?
Yes, Nikki, it's so correct. I want to add to it and say you gotta dress as a higher version of yourself. You gotta dress as a queen. When you dress as a queen, when you show up as a queen, this is when you become she. This is what I do with all the clients, and this is what I do with myself. And it's magically, it's a tool that is available for everyone, and it's magic. And my mission in this world is to encourage women and to teach women how to use it, because it's really so much simpler than the media makes it look, the trends and the fashion and all of it.
Going into that, I'd actually like to talk about what personal styling really is. Like, why do people hire you? And what is it that you're really helping them to achieve outside of just putting on different clothes?
I think what women trying to achieve is they're trying to achieve that confidence. But what I see now, what are women trying to achieve? They're trying to get in their fullest feminine power, because we women operating the feminine energy, right? We're operating by attracting, not by hustling. When we put that outfit on that makes us look amazing, beautiful, enlightened, this is when we feel in our fullest feminine power. When we're feeling in our fullest feminine power, this is when magic starts to appear. This is when everything starts happening and all the doors are starting opening up for you.
Could not agree more. And going on that theme of dressing for confidence, dressing for the dream or the life that you want, your dream life, what would you say are your top tips for women to dress in their feminine? Like, I work with so many clients who are in that hustle mode, whether they have kids or, they're working, and they come to me and they feel like they're in their masculine. So what would you say are simple tips for women to tap into that feminine essence through their clothes and their wardrobe?
Well, to tap into this more into the feminine power, it really starts a little bit more, I would say, but like within, and then we move into transition into the clothing. For me, discovering my femininity started working with a business coach and spiritual coach, and started meditating. I meditate every morning, and when I meditate, after I'm done meditating, I set an intention for my day, and my intentions are applied for my outfit. What I'm trying to accomplish today, what kind of energy I want to shine on today. What is my day is going to look like? You talked about color blue that is more calming. I would probably wear color blue for more relaxing and calm days on vacation. When I want to be more of a fire, when I want to be more in my full feminine power, I personally, for each woman, it's going to be something very different. For me, it's bold, fun color that's expressing my personal essence. It doesn't necessarily have to be a dress, right? I have women leaders that I work with that are loving their boss lady suits. There's nothing like wearing a boss lady suit for a boss lady, but it's so powerful, right? It gives us this amazing energy. With that being said, you can wear a masculine suit, but you can totally make it your own and make it feminine by incorporating your favorite colors, by adding some fun accessories, by adding a crown on. I guess the best tip for me, for women that want to tap more and to feel the feminine energy, I call it a queen, calling forth the queen, is to put that crown on. I would do that. I would start with that crown on, and that crown doesn't even have to be necessarily in the form of headbands, which I, by the way, love. It can be in any form. For me, my crowns are always glasses because they're going to be funky and fun, and they're a statement piece for me. So that's my crown. For you, it could be like a fun statement necklace. It doesn't matter what, but whatever is that's going to make you feel like a queen, this is where I would start with when putting that outfit on.
As you're speaking, I'm realizing that I actually was thinking about that because I don't wear glasses, and I do have a beautiful headband that you sent me, and I wear more in winter, I would say, but jewelry tends to be the thing that I go to, and I go for the more like delicate feminine. But as I was just listening, I'm like, I think I should go out. That's like the next level of Nikki, is to go out and get some statement pieces. And I couldn't agree more. Now, what would you say are your staples that every woman should have in their closet to look and feel like $1 million? So I'm already hearing some statement jewelry and a crown, whether it's a headband or, I mean, heck, maybe it's like a real beautiful tiara, maybe some funky glasses. Is there anything else staple wise of blazers or skirts or dresses, shoes? Like what are the basics that you start with your clients?
Yes. So first, I would like to say that all the statement pieces, accessories, I call them embellishments, right? That's what our queen's wearing. They're wearing embellishments. And those embellishments, they're helping us to take our basic wardrobe essentials from basic to queen. I think like the wardrobe for me, when you invest in a wardrobe, it's all about investing in those accessories, because those accessories are going to take you from basic to queen. And then wardrobe essentials. To make it easy, I created a PDF of all the wardrobe essentials. It's completely free. You can go to my website, talikogan.com, and you can download it. My clients love putting them on their closet. And next time when you go shopping, you can go shopping intentionally because you know what are those items that wardrobe are missing or needs to be refreshed. So of course, one of my top wardrobe essentials is going to be a blazer, because blazers are magical. They're so powerful, and they work with pretty much anything in your wardrobe right now. Nikki, I'm wearing my workout clothing, leggings, with a t-shirt and my blazer on, and I feel like $1 million. You can wear them over sleep dresses, over jeans, over biker shorts. They look amazing with everything, and they give you that power element. And then, of course, basic white t-shirt, black leather leggings that fits you. I love a great fitted pair of jeans. And I cannot live without sneakers. As a mom who is always on the go, I love investing in good pair of sneakers. And then combat boots. Combat boots look amazing. I don't really wear heels much. I just came back from 2 weeks in Europe. I was so proud of myself. I wore heels once, chunky heel. I was always on sneakers and heels because, ladies, we do not have to suffer for fashion, and we don't need those heels unless we love them and if you feel comfortable.
I love that you're saying that and really giving permission to women to find their own personal style. I'm curious, Tali, have you heard of, I don't know the specific name of it, but I've seen it pop up, of wearing colors that accentuate like your hair color, your skin color. They're talking about like fall, summer, winter sort of palettes. Do you go by that, or do you just say, find the colors that you love?
Exactly. I think that these theories, they're just so confusing. Like for me, the best way to do it, put that color on, look at yourself in the mirror. Do you love it? It works. Something is not working for you, then it's not working. Just follow your own intuition. Trust yourself. Trust your own guidelines. And for me, it's just like all about experimenting. Like, one of the things that I love encouraging my clients is to stop these beliefs that this color is not looking good on me. This color is make me pale. If you feel like this color is make you pale, add that red lipstick on, bring that statement hat on, or a bag. Like, you can still make it work if you like a garment. I feel like women are, too getting cut off, and what they're supposed to, what is supposed to look good and what is not supposed, what it's on trend and not a trend. This is just like overwhelming and taking away from your own personal essence? What is that you love? What is that makes you feel like a queen? This is the trend. This is what works the best for you. This is what you should wear. And yes, I'm giving you permission to do so because that's what I do. I never went to fashion school. I've never learned it professionally, but I just started noticing that my outfits, the way I put them together, the way I express my own personal essence started attracting and people started talking to me. And this is where I started meeting friends, opportunities, clients, my husband. So many amazing opportunities in life just happened just because I'm dressing my own personal essence.
Couldn't agree more on that. And, something that I've learned about my own body is I used to for years, I would avoid skinny jeans because I didn't feel confident about my body. And then one day I just put some on. I was like, nope, I'm just going to wear these. And I styled them differently. And I fell in love with skinny jeans. And then now I know they're kind of out. They're not trendy anymore. And I'm like, wait, where did the skinny jeans go? But then, to the side of that, I've actually come more into, as I was talking about, I've been playing with different fabrics and colors, and I've realized that my favorite go-to outfit is actually a tight fitting like slip dress and where I put the blazer over it. And It's so interesting, thinking about this of it's tapping into different sides of yourself. And I love what you're saying of like different moods and even that you wear colorful things when you work out. And I do believe that there is power in, if you want to feel good about your body and you're trying to go to the gym, put an outfit on that makes you feel good now. Like put that red lipstick on and go to the gym or work out at home. Put those earrings on. And, the more that you can follow through on what makes you feel good, just as you're saying, Tali, you'll start to attract more people. And I wanted to just quickly say, like, I'm wearing a bright green blazer that when we worked together, you picked out for me. And it's not something that I would ever normally, wear, but then I fell in love with it. And so I'd actually like to walk through, because I was a client. And so using me as the example, I came to you with specifics, 3 specifics on here's what I need help dressing for. Is that something that you recommend clients do? Or is it just someone comes and then you ask them questions? Like what's the process of the personal styling with Tali?
So the process is like my goal is to teach women how to become their own style. So most of the women that are coming to me, and these are my most popular packages that are available, is where I help you. I guide you to help you to find your personal style and to update your wardrobe essentials so you can create those new outfits that's going to reflect your own personal essence. So during this experience with me, as you know, it's a process that eventually ends up in the styling appointment, but we start with a quiz, which I would love to talk about it because it's free and it's really going to help people to find their personal style, at least to start. It's a great tool. But we have this process that I take my VIP private clients and I walk them through, guide them through until we get into the studio. And at the studio, we just like play dress up. And I definitely bring to the studio all of those pieces that they tell me that this is the polka dots. I never wore polka dots. Of course, I'm going to bring polka dots. Pink, I'm going to bring pink. We're going to play and we're going to experiment. And what I do, I really call forth the inner queen. That's what I do. And I see like women, as I saw on you, Nikki, transform in front of my eyes. They put those outfits on, and then what I love to do, I love taking their pictures. I love having them walk in my studio, like right the runway. I'm like, walk like nobody's watching, dance, like do it at home. Take pictures of you, take your husband, your friend, your daughter, your selfie to take a picture of you. And then I let my clients, like Nikki, and show them the pictures. And usually, and I remember you, Nikki, looked at the picture like, oh my God, I love that. Even though at the beginning when I grabbed that green blazer, you're like, not sure, put it on. And then walk the runway. And then I take a picture. And then during this whole process, we play for about 2 hours at the studio. I create tons of different outfits. We say minimum 5, but at least 10 to 15 outfits. And we play. I capture all these outfits for you. Because potentially some of these pieces that we tried on you already have at home, so you can go home and you can recreate all of these outfits. At the end of the styling session, we send you all of those pictures in the form of lookbook. You put them on your phone, and the beautiful things is right now you have all these different outfits. For you, Nikki, it was for 3 different occasions. I tried to create outfits for multiple occasions, but as far as like what to wear and trends, I don't really necessarily have any kind of hard nose, because I'm a huge fan of everyone to wear whatever brings you joy, whatever makes you feel like a queen. For me, that's the trend.
Yes, I fully agree on that. And I'm a big proponent of the intentionality of buying things, and especially because fast fashion is such a huge thing now, and we know it's not good for the environment. We know it's not good for the workers who are producing these clothes, and we know it's not good for our wallets, because these items, come in and out of our closets very quickly. And what tips then do you have for women who want to radiate through their wardrobe but don't necessarily want to break the bank? Like, when do you recommend splurging on an item versus buying like H&M and Zara?
I personally love splurging more on the accessories, on the embellishments, like on a bag, on glasses, on a hat, even on shoes, even though, shoes that you wear every day, they get worn quite quickly. But I really don't think that you need to spend a fortune or to have a fortune to feel or to look like a queen. I think you can buy a blazer at Target for $20 or on Zara sale, and a t-shirt and a pair of leggings and a new pair of fresh sneakers, nothing crazy. It can be Nike or Adidas, and look like $1 million. It all depends how you style it. For those that are on the budget, follow the sales. Zara have those incredible sales. You can find amazing basic pieces that is really not going to break your bank account and going to be able to give you the wardrobe of your dreams. And also, take your time, okay? Don't rush, one step at a time. Start with cleaning your closet. I strongly recommend, if we can go back and talk about the quiz for women that want to have that perfect wardrobe and want to refine their personal style and don't know where to start. On my website, you can find a quiz. Thousands and thousands of women took that quiz. I think it's one of the most amazing things that I've created. And the quiz is going to help you identify your style persona. I have 4 different style persona: a streetwear queen, capsule queen, extra queen, and boho queen. Once you know your style persona, I've noticed that on myself and my clients, it gives you permission to be she. By knowing your style persona, you know your personal essence. Once you know your personal essence, when you go and build your wardrobe essentials, you know what items to purchase because you know your personal essence. And once you take my style quiz, you get results, and with results, you get some tips and insights. And it's really going to be a great first step of starting refining your personal style and to own your queen persona.
What I find interesting about what you're just saying is that there are different styles that we all have. And I think that's something that women don't necessarily think about, because I know for myself, I have different styles within the different personalities that I have. I have my kind of going out where I always look a bit more chic and refined. And then I have my, when I'm at home, I'm more of the chic boho dresser where it's long, beautiful dresses, but easy to be in, really soft fabrics. And what I'm hearing you say is that once you've identified this style, and maybe you're going to work, and I'd love to actually talk about that, tips for work, but once you've identified your style, then you know how to shop versus just going to Zara, going to the store, Nordstrom, wherever it is, and trying to find new things. And if you wouldn't mind, Tali, going over quickly the 4 types, just so listeners kind of understand, and I'll link obviously the quiz, but the 4 types, what are the qualities of the boho type or the capsule girl?
Yes, absolutely. I would love to do that. You know, the quiz, it's giving us a filter, as you said, because once we go, like, for example, you go right now to Bloomingdale's website, right? That website, and you're Googling, let's say, black leggings. I mean, the amount of white t-shirts, like the amount of clothing that's going to come, you're not going to know what to shop. But once you know your personal, like, quality essence that we will talk about, that it's really going to give you some guidelines to make an intentional purchase. So let's start with our boho queens. So boho queens, they're gonna be always in their flowy, floral kind of a moment, and they love their lace and they love the textures, and they usually gonna be wearing dresses. If they're gonna be wearing pants or shorts, they're usually gonna be a floral, a silky. There is a lot of femininity in my boho queens. My capsule queens, they're gonna be always put together. They're my minimalistic queens, and always put together. Most of the time I find them on heels. Sometimes I find them on sneakers, but if so, they're gonna be always very chic, very polished, very minimalistic.
I'm pointing to me. I'm like, that's me.
Yes.
But
yes,
then I'm also
that's definitely you.
You know, and I want you to continue. It's interesting, since we did our styling session, I found that being at home, because I work from the house, I have client calls, and, you know, I went in with three specific things that I wanted you to style me for. But what I came out of it with is an exploration to different fabrics and styles. And so I've actually found, as I was saying, like, I'm much more of the boho chic girl at home, and I love it. I love that femininity, because when I came into you about a year and a half ago, I was the capsule queen, but I find living in Miami, I'm not that girl anymore, just because it's so hot and it's more casual. And so I love that also there can be an evolution of how you dress, because I was fully the capsule queen, and now I'm kind of integrating different things. So that's just something as well for listeners to pick up on. But please continue, because there's two more.
Absolutely. There's two more. And I'm all about to experiment all kind of different queens, because I'm like you, Nikki. I can be every day also a different type of queen. It also depends on the day. But for me, I'm always going to be a little bit extra. And for you, you're always probably going to be polished and chic. That's why in your foundation, you're going to be the capsule queen. So the other two, we have the street style queen. The street style queen, she's the comfort is the top priority. She can be boho, she can be extra, but the comfort, you will never pretty much find her on heels unless they're magical. She's always going to be on sneakers or comet boots, and she's all about like that street style. An extra queen, which is myself, and I see a little bit it in you too, sometimes on your Instagram, Nikki. She's always going to be a little bit extra, and she's always going to be bold. You know, for me, I'm always wearing those bold glasses. I have many different glasses. I can't see without the glasses. These are, when I was little, people were making fun of me about glasses. Now I turn it into something so powerful. It's part of my identity. I have many different glasses. I put my money into glasses for sure. And they're always going to make me extra. Doesn't matter what I'm going to wear. If I'm going to wear a black t-shirt, white t-shirt, black pants, white sneakers, my glasses, on my hat, on my bag, that's what's going to make me feel like extra. So those are the different extra queens. I encourage to tap in and to read about each and every one of them, because there are so many great, amazing tips and qualities that you can experiment. And why wouldn't you to try to be extra queen and see how it feels?
Yes. I actually remember during the pandemic, it's not fashion related, but it's extra related. And I think they all tie in together with giving yourself permission to be extra, because I think as women, we do need that permission. And so during the pandemic, I put candles, I had a projector, the stars, and I had fairy lights, and I had a massage therapist come over, and I was on the balcony, and this whole thing that I kind of curated just for my own personal massage. And I had a friend text me and be like, Nikki, you are just so extra. And my immediate response was, thank you.
Yes.
Because I take pride in being extra. So you're right, Tali. I do kind of put out some of that extra vibe, because I use that as I feel confident, and I love sharing my confidence and that vivaciousness with other people. And that's what I almost would say for me is the extra is like vivaciousness or vibrancy that I want to give others.
Absolutely. And I think, thank you for bringing this up, Nikki. I really think like women need like that permission. That's what they're looking for. I think we're just lacking confidence to truly to show who we are from inside outside. You know, it's like living in this masculine world, being told what to wear, what to say, what to do. We're kind of like a little bit hiding. So I'm so happy that we're here. Thank you for having me on your podcast to start this conversation, because I want women to have that permission to dress from the outside, to show from the outside who they are from inside unapologetically. Because when we women truly step into our feminine power, when we truly feel powerful, this is when we become unstoppable. And now this is the time for us women to shine. This is the time.
Yes. Now, I'd like to know, what are your go-to rules for ladies who go into an office? So they're looking to dress to impress, but obviously without overdoing it, because you do need to have some subtlety in an office. So what would you share with those ladies?
Once again, I mean, for the office, one of my favorite items would be a blazer. I would just like invest in different kind of blazer, bring some fun prints if it's allowed, like hopefully it is, some fun color, fun prints to the office. And button-down shirts, I mean, I love styling with suits. I think they're very chic. They could be really fun too. I've seen some really fun button-down shirts with really interesting colors. You can bring some little lace texture to your collar instead of a regular color. You can take some of your favorite necklaces, a little bit chunkier, and layer it under the color just to add a little bit more of your personal essence into your outfit. Layer some of your favorite accessories. I also love bringing vests, you know, sleeveless jackets to office. They're really fun and chic. And crown, ladies, put that crown on. Like if crown is too much, little pin, okay, maybe hairpin. Like I have this pin that it says queen. I wear it just to remind yourself and everyone around you who you are. For me, I love wearing hats. I love wearing hats. If you're for those bad hair days, I mean, it's just, the hats are so magical, and I feel like it's just an instant compliment. No matter, like, every time I'm putting a hat on, like, everyone, it just instantly looking very stylish. So yeah, hats, blazer, vest, play with accessories. When you update those white button-down shirts that you're wearing to office, look for something more fun and interesting with different textures, different fabrics, maybe some jewels. Yeah.
I love.
Is that helpful?
Absolutely. And as you were just speaking, I was thinking about, like, if I were to go into an office, it's like my little Chanel brooch. This is definitely the capsule queen of me coming out, is like, I don't really wear hats, but like, I personally love little silk hair ties, hair bands that I put in a ponytail. And those are little things that make me feel super chic. And then my hair's up. I don't have to worry about it. Now, your passion is obviously very palpable when it comes to clothes. And I know that you did Calling Forth the Queen, which helped you to tune in, or I guess work through the pain of the war in Ukraine. And you started Sweet Dome Chicago. So I'd love to hear the story on, and sharing with those listening of your experience with the war and what you did to, I guess, take away the pain for yourself.
Yeah, so when the war in Ukraine started, as someone who was born in Ukraine, I found myself once again in the darkest place probably I've ever been in my whole life. I definitely didn't feel like dressing. I was depressed. I didn't want to get out of the bed. I was glued to the news. I could not believe what is happening. What helped me to get out of the situation, Nikki, is the process that I'm teaching women, the process that I discovered myself. I call my styling, dressing process Calling Forth the Queen, because that's what I do with women. I call forth the inner queen, and I started walking my own talk. I started getting dressed. Like I forced myself to get into the closet. I started getting dressed. I started working out. I started meditating. And this idea came to me. And the craziest thing that my husband came up with the same idea, same day. Let's find the Ukrainian families, see what they refugee, see what they need, and help them. Once we found that family, we realized what a huge gap, what a huge problem Ukrainian refugees are having when they're coming here with housing. This is when we decided to start a foundation and to help many more families that are coming to Chicago with housing, and also to give an opportunity for people to help. Because as someone who is in Ukrainian, when the war started, people were reaching out to me, wanted to help. And I couldn't really name any specific organization that I personally know to donate. So I was kind of helpless. And now when we have that foundation, when people want to help, there's definitely a room to donate. We are right now settled yesterday, our 20 families. So we started only like less than a year and a half ago. And we already have 20 families started in the Chicagoland. And I really love talking about this because this was a very painful situation. And I know, some of us are going through tough things. I mean, life is not an easy thing and we're all going through something. But there's certain things we can't control. I can't control the war, but I can control myself. And that's what I do. And that's what I want to remind everyone to do. Like, to come back to yourself, to start the work within and to put that outfit on that will spark that smile on your face, not only on your face. When you put that outfit on that makes you feel amazing and confident, you're going to be lighting up any room you're going to walk in, and you're going to light up the street. Like, I feel like I walk on the street and people are smiling at me because they do love my outfit and the colors that I'm wearing.
So that's beautiful. I mean, I really want to commend you on that, of one, sharing, again, giving women and men permission to dress to impress, not because you're trying to show off, but because it puts a smile on your face and that attracts energy. But then also what you're doing with Sweet Dome Chicago and taking a really dark time in your life and using that as inspiration to help others. And it is so inspirational, I think, for me and anyone listening, that when you are going through a challenging time, be on the lookout, because we will always have ideas. There will always be hope. And it's just, what do you do with that idea? Or what do you do with yourself? Do you let yourself continue to go down the path of not feeling good? Or do you pick yourself up by putting on a blazer or by reaching out and helping someone? So you really are a transformer when it comes to just women's empowerment, Tali. I hope you know that.
Thank you. Nikki, it's back at you. I love everything you do. Your work is amazing. Your community is amazing. I myself very inspired and very empowered. Thank you for everything you do.
Thank you. So I have one last question before we can direct, where people to go. So based on everything that you've shared today, what are your top 3 tips for someone to live a sharper life when it comes to their fashion, their confidence, and leveling up?
Top 3 tips. Number 1, invest in yourself. I would say working out, meditating. For me, it's working out, meditating, whatever it is for you. Just number 1 is taking care of yourself. Number 2 is dressing for it. There is an outfit for every occasion. And number 3 is to remind yourself to put that crown on and to remind yourself that we're queens. And when we're feeling in our most feminine power, we're unstoppable.
Amen to that. So Tali, where can people find you? And I will put all of your information in the show notes, but where would you like to direct them? What's your website?
So my newest website is talikogan.com. There you can find my style quiz and also download wardrobe essential list, and you can find ways of working with me. Every time I have an event, anything is coming up, you're going to be able to find it on my website. But you can mostly find me on Instagram. I hang out there pretty much daily at talikogan.com. I would love for you to tag me and to show your outfits. I would love to see that.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Tali, for your wisdom, inspiration, giving us all permission to step into our feminine queen essence. And until next week, here's to a sharper life.